Inside this Moscow hotel conference room, the dream of communism lives. Inside the heart of Mikhail Mishkovtsev, fury at the last Soviet leader, Mikhail Gorbachev, burns. He says fate will show him no mercy for dissolving the USSR and obliterating an identity and way of life.
People weren't living from hand to mouth, and not only for their material needs. They lived for tomorrow and for their spiritual needs. We knew what we wanted and what we were looking to achieve. I'm afraid to be critical of the youth from my old man point of view, but it seems to me that people now don't have a passion for living.
Mishkovtsev says on this day, 25 years ago, he recommitted himself to the Communist Party. He eventually became one of the few communist governors in the post-Soviet era. Now he's a leader in the Communists of Russia political party. He believes Russians will one day embrace a new and improved communist ideology.
Russia will turn back to socialism if old mistakes are repeated, and there will be more advantages. I might not live to see it, but I'll see it from heaven.
Vyacheslav Bachman spent 3 years in a labor camp and 2 years in prison. He says he got into trouble for investigating the government's tactic of punishing activists by committing them to psychiatric hospitals and questioning Soviet propaganda about Joseph Stalin's role in World War II.
Of course, I didn't share the Russian view that the dissolution was the biggest tragedy of the 20th century. It was a natural evolution. I understood these kinds of changes didn't happen easily, and this would have been a complicated time for the country.
Two recent polls offer a snapshot of how Russians are feeling on the 25th anniversary of the dissolution of the Soviet Union. More than half of people say they regret it and it could have been prevented. Bachman says communism is a childish concept and will never play a dominant role in Russia's future. But he and Mishkovtsev agree. Hypocrisy and cynicism led to the unraveling of the communist state.